So here's number 9 on the chapter 10 individual assignment. This is about Connie's Bistro, and they have, let's see, some long-term debt, and then there's a current portion of that long-term debt. That means an amount that is due in the next year. So it says, how much of the long-term debt was disclosed as a current liability on the current year's balance sheet? So the portion that is current, meaning the portion that we're going to have to pay in the next year, that's the amount we report as a current debt. So I'm just going to say 102,100. And then it's going to say, how much did the total current liabilities change between the preceding year and the current year as a result of the current portion of the long-term debt? So what that means is, let's see. Last year, the current portion of the long-term debt was 95,000. This year, it's 102,100. So the difference between those two is the amount it changed. So I'm going to take 102,100 minus 95,000, and that will give me $7,100. And then it's going to ask, is it an increase or a decline? And the answer is, let's see, how much are the total current liabilities? So my total current liabilities in the current year went up, so increased. I know it shows it as a negative there, but that's just so that it can figure out how much is our long-term debt. Finally, it says, if Connie's Bistro did not issue additional long-term debt next year, what would be the total long-term debt on December 31st of the upcoming year? I think this is a dumb question because honestly, it would depend on how much they paid off in the next year. But the answer that I think they want from us is just this total amount of 249,900. Let's see if that's what they want. It is. So why I think that's dumb is honestly, like, most likely if a certain portion of this was current, meaning it had to be paid off this year, there's probably a certain portion of this 249,900 that will be current and need to be paid off next year. And they don't really give us enough information to know that. So I don't like your question, Cengage. Maybe we should drive out to wherever they're headquartered and get into a fight with their software engineers, or maybe we should just move on with our lives. So that does it for problem 9 on the chapter 10 individual assignment.